G'day everyone, how you going? I've got a Signature Camper Trailers 15S, but it's got the fairly standard kind of door handle lock here. I noticed the other day that when I was trying to get in, the deadlock wasn't working. So as you can see, I've taken it out. I almost couldn't get it back in the other day. So I didn't deadbolt the door shut, and I've taken the lock out, tried to activate it, and as you can see, I can't get the deadbolt back in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull it apart and see if I can get this key barrel to work again. Alright, let's see how we go. Alright, so you can see here, this seems to work okay, but what I'm thinking is, I'm thinking that the actual barrel itself inside is has had it. I think that could be the problem. Very simple lock. Okay, so there's the issue. So if you have a look in here, I don't know if you can see it or not. See, there's a small pin just here. I think that pin has actually ground down slightly, and it's actually meant to sit inside that groove there. So it suggests what has happened with, you know, the 30 turns that I've actually put in this lock. I would suggest that this has worn down to the point, because it's such crappy alloy, that is now no longer spinning inside of that. Now that is going to be an issue if you people are out in the middle of nowhere and you deadbolt your door, because without being able to get into your caravan and open this lock from the inside, you're not going to be able to get in your door. And that will be a problem for someone who's sitting out in the middle of nowhere. So I'm going to see if I can do something to fix this. Okay, I've just temporarily put it back together. I've lined that pin back up. Let's see if this... Yeah, look at that. So that pin has now moved back underneath that section. That's what's happening. Now, that's going to be a major problem. If you, I cannot stress enough, if that happens when you're out in the middle of nowhere, look, I honestly can't see how you're going to get into your van unless you go in through one of the top sections. But if you've got the roof down, I mean, it's going to be a bit of a mission trying to get the roof up and, you know, get into the van to actually be able to open this. But even still, even if you you might be able to take the screws out of the back end on the inside, but even still, I'll tell you, it's going to be a pain in the ass. So what I think I might do is I might actually take that bolt, this bolt here. I'm going to take this out just in case, just to stop someone from doing this, because unless I can find a solution for that, because you see this, look at that there. You see what happens? See it moves? See, that shouldn't have any play in that whatsoever. That's what's happened. That's the problem. Very annoying. Very annoying. Okay. What I'm going to try is that what's happening is when I'm turning this, I don't know if you can see or not, but you see that is lifting up. So what I'm going to try and do is I'm just going to try and pack out in here with a washer. I'm going to see whether or not that actually puts a little bit more pressure down on top of that lock. which should stop it from actually being able to push up and then rotate underneath, if that makes any sense to anyone. Anyway, I'll show you how I'll pull it apart again, and we'll go from there. Okay, so that one's a little bit thick. I do have this metal one here. Let's see if that one allows this to tighten down. Yeah, that one doesn't feel too bad actually. No, that puts too much pressure on it. I do have a rubber one here as well. Let's see if the rubber one makes any difference. So the only other option is this. It's this. See, this is the issue. This spring-loaded washer here, because that fits on the end of that, and it's meant to apply a certain amount of pressure to stop that from occurring, but it doesn't. I think for the time being, guys, I think you need to take these out, definitely. I think for the time being, until you can actually maybe afford to replace this part or put a better quality lock in here, I wouldn't run the risk of getting dead bolted in. Anyway, just my 2 cents.